I would expect a male protagonist in this thriller situation.
I'd say mostly male.
Probably go either way, but more likely male.
I'd expect like a dark or a dank setting for a thriller, possibly like a cityscape.
I'd say there's more of it makes it more kind of thrilling if it's in a city because it's more relatable to everyday life.
They're usually either in like a forest or like a city.
But it could also be really eerie if it's in a rural setting.
I wouldn't expect an overpopulated area, as it kind of takes away from the story or the characters.
Fear, isolation, panic.
Probably like ominous, dark kind of themes.
I'd expect like a dark tone or like an ominous theme for our protagonist to be challenged in.
Dissonant, mostly high-pitched.
It really depends on what's happening in the scene. It could be like quite upbeat if there was like a chase or something. But usually it's quite like slow or quite dramatic.
I'd expect that kind of symphonic kind of sound. We got like the deep, dark kind of undertone of it with the high strings.
Although it could go guitar-y and rocky for the fast-paced bits.
Heartbeats, probably heavy breathing.
Heartbeats, breathing, footsteps, explosions.
I'd expect possibly some kind of pathetic fallacy sort of things going on. You have some thunder or lightning in there. I think that although it needs to be fast-paced throughout, there needs to be a section in there where it's kind of slow and we get to see possibly the backstory or the events leading up to what we're watching as a story.
And the pace would probably be quite slow to begin with, and maybe as more tension builds it gets faster.
It depends, but I'd say it best begin slow so you can build up the pace.
I think they should make the audience a little bit, not confused, but like questioning what's happening, like what's going on, who's the threat or whatever.
So I'd say there needs to be something like the story needs to be set out so you can start working on what you think might happen, who you think might have done an act of some kind.
To maybe feel for the characters, but also to be made to think about the storyline and how it works.